Why, hello! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Allie. Today I'm going to be doing a video that's kind of a companion to a video I did last week. Hopefully it's up by then. Hopefully this is up in that time frame. And basically what I'm doing is last week I did a video with using all cream products. So I used liquid foundation, liquid eyeshadow, cream blush, all that stuff. Well, today I wanted to do that. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I was inspired to do this because a lot of my favorite YouTubers have been doing this recently. So Mariah Leonard is the one that started it, the Taylor, like different people, and I was just shocked at how glowy their makeup was. So it inspired me to want to pursue some like mineral powder foundation, and I actually found this one at TJ Maxx. It's Bare Minerals Blemish Ready. I don't know if they've repackaged this or if they came out with like a new formula or whatever, but this is now on sale at TJ Maxx, and they also just sent out PR for it. So I don't know what the tea is on that, but I'm liking this so far. The shade match is a little suspect, but I'll be using that today, and in conjunction I'll be using all powder products, which generally for me I don't do. I normally use, you know, liquid foundation, liquid, you know, bronzer, liquid highlighter, like liquid something, especially as a base, but not today. Of course I'll be using liquids underneath my foundation, like concealer, all that. So just because I don't have that, I didn't see the point in going out and purchasing that because I know that I won't get use out of that. So I'm gonna do what I always do, which is prep the skin. I'm gonna start with lip balm, and prepping is really important because even if you're oily, you still don't want your makeup to look dry underneath the powder. So first thing I always do is go in with my Pixie Rose Caviar Essence. It's like a serum, it's a hydrating serum, and it's really lightweight. Almost looks like water. It has like these little, obviously, rose things. They just blend in nicely. They don't stick on the skin or anything. Me and my cat are fighting because he doesn't know how to fucking listen. Next, I'm going to bring some hydration into my skin. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus primer spray that I'm almost out of. This is so good. I wish this was a permanent product. And while my face is still wet, which sounds crazy, I'm going to use the Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer. This is a Glossier trick. I saw it on their Instagram. It's supposed to make your skin like even more hydrated. And I do it sometimes. Sometimes I forget, to be honest, but I remember today. So I'm using a reusable, not a reusable. So I spray my cat when he's bad, which I'm sure some people are like, oh my god, that's so awful. Well, guess what, bitch? He is a nightmare sometimes. So I'm spraying him. I cleaned out this bottle from my Mario Badescu's facial mist. And like, it doesn't smell like lavender or anything, but obviously when you spray your cat, and I cleaned it out really, really well. I didn't use soap, but I hope that there's not still stuff in here because I don't want him to get sick. Because there's lavender in it, but I don't think cats are affected by lavender. I guess we'll see. Hopefully it's in such a small amount that it won't matter, but I of course am terrified. I forgot to put sunscreen on, but it's fine. I'm actually going to skip that step because I did put some on this morning. Yeah, that's not great, but we're gonna look past that. So I always do my brows first. I was actually going to use a powder brow product, but I realized that all of my powder, my brushes that I would use for that are dirty. So instead, I'm going to try this out. I've never tried it. It's the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil. I've never tried this, like I literally just said. So, let's see how it goes. I don't even know how the shade's going to be, but we're going to go for it. Stefan, I'm sorry, okay? This is like a super triangle. Like, that was quick. Last spray bottle I used on him had vinegar in it prior to me spraying him with it, and I made sure that was cleaned out really well too. And I don't know, I'm just so nervous because I feel like I can smell it, but also like it could just be that the bottle smells that way. It's just making me nervous because he's licking himself quite ferociously. That was literally the easiest brow I've ever done. Okay, that's amazing. The shade's nice. It's what shade did I get? Ash brown. So I like that. Let me scoot over. I'm not in focus or like in frame. Much better. To prime my lids, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair. I'm trying to use this up. I've been trying to use this up forever, and I feel like I'm getting closer than I ever have before. But I say that every time, and then I'm still using it for a year later. So I went through my other one fairly quickly. I don't know why this one is taking so much longer. I used it in much the same way. My least favorite concealer ever. So, alright, for eyes, I'm going to use the Chocolate Bar palette. This is actually on sale during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, which will hopefully, again, still be going on by the time this video goes up. So, I'm going to start with the shade White Chocolate. This is also in my project pan for the month. I don't know, I shouldn't call them project pans. It's more like project focus pans, if that makes sense. Where I'm just like focusing on certain products up at some point that have either like been in my collection a long time, or they're even like, I'll use newer products to try to see how far I can get, or just really, not even how far I can get, just like if I like them. And the sooner that I can use a newer product, the sooner I can decide, like, do I want to get rid of this? Do I want to give it away? Do I want to return it? You know, whatever. So, alright. So, I have no idea what look I'm doing, but my brushes are also really dirty. It's always a struggle for me. I'm going to go in with Strawberry Bonbon. This is like my favorite shade in the palette for no other reason other than it's a milky pink shade. I just have to really dig into this to get pigment. I just kind of use it as a light transition shade, and I just notice a difference when I use this. And it's like the lightest shade ever. I have to really dig into it, like I said, but I just really enjoy it. So, see, it's just a slight difference. I definitely think if I'm going to hit pan on any shade this month, it'll be that one. So I'm going to take this gross brush. I'm going to try to get some of the pigment off. And I'm going to go into the shade Salted Caramel right here. Using a Morphe 441. The other one was a Sephora Tapered Crease Brush. And if I'm being honest, this probably still has orange eyeshadow from my Morphe 350 palette, but this old formula from Too Faced is honestly one of my favorites. It's a harder pressed formula, so you don't get a whole lot of powder kick up at all. You have to really dig in to the shadows. Which means you're using more product, but it also means that it just glides on the eyes so much easier. The new formula they have with like the Sweet Peach collection, or the Just Peachy collection, is just, I don't know, I love my Just Peachy palette, but I don't reach for it as much as I do like my Chocolate Bar or my Just Peach palette or Sweet Peach palette or whatever. Like I don't. Alright, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a deeper shade. Just to deepen things up, I'm going to go in with Milk Chocolate right here. It's like a neutral brown. I'm going to use that same brush and put that underneath everything closer to on the lid. I'm going to take this smaller crease brush. This is the one I got in my Anastasia palette, one of them. And I'm going to take the shade Triple Fudge, which again is like a neutral brown. It almost has like a greenish undertone in it. I don't know if I've ever used this shade, so comes off pretty cool. I remember when I first started watching makeup videos when people said like, this is a really cool shade. I'd be like, oh my gosh, that shade is cool. Like as in like great. And I didn't understand the difference between like cool and warm tones really. Like I kind of understood what a warm tone was because like obviously if someone said like they were doing like a warm tone smoky eye, I knew that was gonna be like orange or red or something like that. But like when it got to like blues and people would be like, this is a warm tone blue, I'd be like, what the hell does that mean? Like how can a blue be warm tone? I'm going to blend everything a little bit back in with that Strawberry Bonbon shade. And I'm actually going to use my Milani Jet Setter Essentials brush. That's another good thing about this shade is it's a really good shade to blend everything together, similar to like the Milani Wet n Wild Brulee eyeshadow. Right now for my lid, I want to do something different kind of. I think I'm going to mix a little bit. I'm going to go in with Hazelnut first, right there. I don't want there to be too much of pigment on there. I'm going to lighten it up with something else. Then I'm going to go in with Marzipan. That's my favorite shade in the palette. It's that like light gold shade. need a makeup wipe. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the eyes. I'm not doing anything crazy today. I'm going to go in with the NYX Faux Black eyeliner. It's in the shade Olive. Let me clean up the under eye just a tad. There's not much down there, but I'll dip back into this for my highlight shade, obviously. But for now, we're going to move on to the face. I feel like I have something in my eye, but I can't see it, so I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to take the smallest amount ever of the Benefit Professional. I know this is not cruelty-free. I'm just trying to use it up. I have such little product left that I really love to use this up. Next, I'm going to conceal, starting with the under eyes. I'm going to take the tiniest bit of Tarte Shape Tape first so that I can highlight a little bit. Because most powder foundations have not that much coverage, you can highlight with a concealer underneath. In order to help blend it out, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer because I just don't feel like Tarte Shape Tape blends out the best. And then for any spots, I'm just going to take the Bare Minerals Bare Skin just to kind of cover up any spots or redness. And I'm going to use my nasty Real Technique sponge. I need to get a new one. If I was wearing a liquid foundation, I probably wouldn't wear this much concealer underneath my eyes, but again, since there's less coverage, I don't feel as bad. And then, as weird as this seems, we are going to go ahead and set our under eyes. This is something when I watched the Taylor, like her, she did a powder foundation thing. She set her under eyes first, and I thought, you know what, that actually makes sense because this will help the powder not stick as much to that one area. Right, and now I'm going to go in with that Bare Minerals Blemish Ready powder. It has a little net, and like I said, it's a little dark, so just be warned. I'm going to go with the BH Cosmetics 113. It's like a denser foundation brush. I just found it works really well with this product. What I do is I take it and put it on the net, and I tap a lot of excess off, pretty much all of it. And then I go onto my face. And I just kind of swirl, which I wouldn't do if it was a normal powder. And it does take some building up. My face probably could have been stickier for this. The strange thing about this is when you first put it on, it does look kind of dry, but it gets glowier throughout the day. And when I heard people say that, I thought they were crazy because a powder, that's not how I picture a powder acting. But when last time I wore this, I did notice that as well, that it really did get glowier. You'll see there's not a whole lot of coverage. The closest thing that I can think of is similar to like a skin tint or something. I don't mind that because I don't like a whole lot of coverage anyway. You can go back and blend over places that you feel like need more coverage. For my forehead, this is the spot the last time I used this where it was really hard to get. I should have put concealer on my forehead. So now I'm gonna contour with my really gross Tarteist Pro Glow palette, but I'm gonna use the Sculpt shade right here. And I'm using the Luxie 516 Duo Fiber Powder Brush. I tab it and then tap off the excess. I love this palette. I wish I liked Tarte because it's on sale for the 21 Days of Beauty, and I almost thought about breaking my Tarte no-buy to buy it, and then I thought, you know what? I have other contour products that I like. So, how about that? Bronzer, I'm going to use another brand that I don't normally use, NARS. It's Laguna. I'm trying to use this up for my project. Ooh, for my month. I'm trying to at least hit pan on the bronzer. I'm using a Sonia Kashuk powder brush, but they don't sell this anymore. So it's just a powder brush that kind of has like a dome shape. Something kind of similar is the Ulta Beauty powder brush, and you can actually kind of like hit it to make it a similar shape. But this one's a lot fluffier. So I'm going to thicken my brows up a little bit. So I'm going to take the Glossier Boy Brow in Blonde. I'm almost out of this. I got a new one, and I'm going to try the shade Brown. How I determine if I'm going to wear eyebrow gel on top of it, like a clear brow gel, is how well this makes my hairs stick up and stay up. So I'm going to do the rest of my face and then see. So one thing with powder is if you like a glowier finish like I do, something you can do to help achieve, oh my gosh, hold on, my foot is asleep. Something you can do to help achieve that is by using glowy or face products. So I'm going to use a glowy blush. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Baked Blush in Don't Flutter Yourself. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to take it on this Aesthetica P12 brush. I'm just going to dab it in here, tap off a lot of the excess, and it almost looks like a highlighter. You can get away with not wearing a highlight. If I was wearing liquid foundation, I probably would do that, but since I'm not, I'm going to wear a highlighter. It just gives a nice sheen and a little bit of flush to the cheeks. I'm going to add a little bit more to the apples. And I like this because it's kind of a flimsier brush, so with these I don't like a super harsh blush application. I like something that I can just kind of lightly dab onto the skin. Now this is a glowy product, so it will accentuate texture. That's just the nature of the game. If you don't like that, obviously you're not going to like this product, but I love it. Alright, for highlighter, I'm going to use a mix of Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. This is from the Jaclyn Hill palette that isn't available anymore, but obviously you can buy those two products separately. And I'm going to focus this just like the outer corner of my eye and the temples. I'm not going to put it on the cheeks. I'm going to swirl it in with the Luxie 522 tapered highlighting brush. And as you can see, it kind of meets the blush. I don't know, it's a really cool look. I quite like it. I have trouble swirling on this side for some reason. This is another Mariah Leonard trick I learned where you like swirl it around and it breaks the capsules or something like that is how she words it. I also do nose and Cupid's bow. Alright, I want to sink some of the powder into my skin. So to set, I'm actually going to use a spray everyone hates but I like. It's the Marc Jacobs Recover Perfecting Coconut Setting Mist. You have to hold down the sprayer and go down like this. And whew, and I'm willing to make the extra effort because I think this spray is really nice. It helps sink powders into the skin absolutely beautifully. So I'm actually going to take a clear brow gel. This is from Anastasia. This is really the only clear brow gel I use these days. I am going to take a product from a brand I do not support. Let me make sure I actually do want to use. So I don't support this brand. You can get a color like this in any other colorful palette. This is from the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal palette. And I'm going to take a mixture of Damage Control and Karaoke super lightly on the lower lash line. And I mean really lightly, like shake off and dab off the excess product. And I just like a colorful lower lash line. It gives something new and different. Right, I'm going to take a clean brush. This is the e.l.f., I don't know what they call this, like a crease brush or something. Just blend that out. Actually, you know what? I'll take the shade from the Chocolate Bar palette, the Strawberry Bonbon shade, and blend that out on the lower lash line. For white eyeliner, I'm going to use the Ulta Beauty one. It's just a retractable gel eyeliner. And for the inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Champagne Truffle, which is this shade in the palette. And because I just added more powder to my face, I'm going to use a little bit more of that Marc Jacobs spray. Lower, I'm going to use the Essence Volume Stylist in the purple tube on my lower lash line because it has a smaller wand. Mascara on my lower lash line, so I'll have to get a Q-tip to get that off once it dries. Then I'm going to take the one in the pink tube, do my upper lashes. I'm going to go get a Q-tip really fast so I can get that mascara, and then I'll be back to do the lips. Two lipsticks to choose from, either Kat Von D Bow and Arrow, I don't support Kat Von D either, or the Finding Ferdinand Nude. Kind of want something I don't have to think about. I think with the lighting, I don't like the lighting that the camera is giving off, like not the filter but just the way the camera lighting looks. I don't like this color, so if I add this on top, should have just added this color. I didn't want to go too far outside the lip line to take that off, so there is still a line around my lips, but I'm going to take the Finding Ferdinand lipstick in Au Naturel. Okay, this is the finished look, and the cool thing about this is that it's going to get glowier throughout the day, which I think is so interesting because you wouldn't expect that from a powder. So even if you like glowier foundations, I think you'll like this because it's going to get glowier, and I feel like my skin already looks like it has a glow. And of course, using highlighter and glowier products can help with that. Even the NARS has a little bit of a sheen. But yeah, just always remember, conceal your under eyes first. And you can see the brightness from my under eyes is still peeking through the foundation. So yeah, that's it for this video. I really enjoyed doing this. I figured it was a good companion to my all creams look that I did, especially because I don't know about you, but like wearing more powder in the winter than I do in the summer, which I feel like is the opposite for a lot of people. I don't know why that is, but if you are like me and that's what you like too, then here you go. I can't attest to the formula change on this product, but I did find mine at my local TJ Maxx. This is the shade Clearly Pearl 02, and I could have clearly done 01, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!